To truly understand Jung's vision, we must move beyond the simple idea of personality. For Jung, psychological types were not just traits. They were expressions of a deeper order, patterns within the psyche itself, ancient forms of consciousness that shape how we experience reality. He identified 8 distinct types, the result of combining the 2 great attitudes, introversion and extroversion, with the 4 psychological functions, thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. The extroverted thinker seeks truth through the external world through systems, logic, and objective facts. The scientist, the engineer, the organizer of society. Their mind turns outward, striving to bring order to the chaos of experience. The introverted thinker, on the other hand, searches for the underlying principles within. They are not concerned with what is useful, but with what is true. Philosophers, inventors, mathematicians, souls who live in the realm of abstract ideas, trying to discover the invisible logic behind existence itself. The extroverted feeler lives through relationship and connection. Their values are shaped by harmony with the group, by empathy, by love expressed in the outer world. They sense the emotional climate around them and find meaning in serving others. The introverted feeler moves in a different dimension. Their values are quiet, hidden like the roots beneath a tree. They may appear distant, but within burns an intense inner life, a devotion to ideals that the world often cannot see. The extroverted sensor experiences life directly through taste, touch, color, sound. They live in the moment, in the world of the 5 senses. Artists, adventurers, performers, those who embody the present, who feel alive only when surrounded by movement and sensation. The introverted sensor, however, looks not at the surface of the world but at its echoes. They are drawn to memory, tradition, continuity. The past lives vividly in them. They seek security in what is tried and true, finding beauty in the familiar. Then come the intuitives, those whose attention moves beyond what is visible. The extroverted intuitive is the explorer of possibility, visionary, entrepreneur, creator. They see patterns others miss. They move from one idea to the next, driven by a restless energy to discover what could be. The introverted intuitive is perhaps the rarest of all. Their gaze is turned inward toward symbols, dreams, and inner revelations. Prophets, mystics, poets, they live at the edge between the conscious and the unconscious. Their visions are not logical, but they carry a strange truth, the truth of the soul's own language. Jung's typology was not meant to confine us to a box, but to show us our limitations, to reveal which part of the psyche dominates and which remains in the shadow. Because the function we repress, the one we ignore or undervalue, doesn't disappear. It hides and it waits. When ignored for too long, it erupts from the unconscious in moments of conflict, projection, or obsession. A thinker who denies their feelings becomes cold, rigid, disconnected from life. A feeler who ignores thought may drown in sentiment and illusion. The sensual type who forgets intuition becomes trapped in the immediate, unable to see the larger meaning. And the intuitive who rejects sensation may lose contact with the real world altogether. Jung called the path to wholeness individuation, the process of integrating these lost parts of ourselves, balancing the conscious and unconscious, light and shadow, masculine and feminine, thought and feeling. Individuation is not perfection, it is completion. It is the courage to meet the opposite within us, to bring into dialogue those silent functions we've neglected. As Jung wrote, wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. To become whole, we must meet our own shadow. To know who we are, we must first understand the type of consciousness that guides us and the one that remains hidden. Each of us carries a unique balance of these functions. Together, they form the architecture of our psyche, a living system that constantly seeks harmony. And when we learn to recognize our own pattern, we step closer to what Jung believed was the deepest goal of life, the realization of the self, the totality of who we are, both known and unknown. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay curious and keep searching within.